Hello everyone, and this was a Burnham review of his recent special Inside. It's his first special since 2015. He's an internet comedian. If you haven't seen him, go check him out because he's fucking class. We recently made a podcast episode and named it after him so that we could get your clicks and milk all of your attention and you'd watch our shit. But this is an actual review that isn't just that. So we're gonna have a go at reviewing his recent special.
Welcome to Get Lost. Get Lost on air.
The cool thing about this special is the fact that he made it by himself. He addresses this fucking thing at the very start. So the couple of scenes, there's him in front of a mirror and he's filming himself and he says, look, this special was made to stop me putting a bullet between my eyes.
It's got a bit heavy, isn't it? It's a bit of a fucking heavy...
I mean, you don't see many films start like that. Let's put it that way.
You don't.
You know what I mean?
You imagine fucking Daniel Radcliffe rocks up with his glasses and his scar on his head and Harry Potter goes, look, I made this film just so that I didn't absolutely shoot my brains out.
J.K. Rowling just like peers head to the side. By the way, guys, this is to stop a whole family from witnessing a death.
Buy my book. It sort of feels like that way. Like, you sort of feel like you have to watch it because he's put everything into it.
Exactly. The fact that what I find interesting about that scene is the fact that he starts it and he says, "Thank you for watching whatever this is."
Yeah,
and it's a good point because it's hard to tell exactly what the special is because I still don't know, having watched the whole fucking thing. No. To be honest with you, I don't know what it is.
That is you can tell that he started on YouTube because that is the sort of thing YouTubers do when they start a video and go like, "Fucking thanks for watching whatever this is," like because YouTubers do that shit all the time. I feel like they don't really feel like they're as valid as like mainstream media, and I think maybe Bo Burnham's still in that sort of mindset.
That's a very good point because when you think of like comedians, think about British comedians like Kevin Bridges, Frankie Boyle. You compare them to internet comedians. You got Jack Mate, the Sidemen. The Sidemen are probably a good example. KSI and shit. You compare them to actual comedians. They're like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a different league. It's different skill set, is what I'd say.
Yeah,
like those guys, like Frankie Boyle, you can make a crowd of people laugh within a second. KSI, not so much, but if you watch his videos, you're entertained the whole thing.
Yeah, but if I was to watch a whole fucking Frankie Boyle video that he's made by himself, like KSI would, or like Bo Burnham, in
his bedroom.
Yeah,
exactly. With just him editing it, just him filming it, like it's a different skill set. It really is.
So Bo did it all on his own.
He made it by himself. He edited it. He filmed it. He fucking performed it. He wrote the songs. He fucking did all the special effects. Everything's just written and produced by him. It's amazing. It's amazing.
The production value, like how good the fucking all of the shots are, all so well thought out. Like, he's got no lighting rigs or anything. He's literally there's songs in there. Well, he's got like certain lighting rigs, but he controls it all by himself. And like, there's certain songs where he's just got the torch on his phone. And I don't know if you remember that one where I think he's standing in his underwear and he's singing and he's like moving the phone around behind him and shit as he sings, and it creates this fucking cool light behind him. And
it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's madness.
What he does is it's absolutely insane. Like, not only that, but it was in one room.
Yeah.
The whole entire fucking 1.5 hour Netflix special is in one single room, produced by one guy, performed by one guy, edited by one guy, and released by one guy.
All in the course of a year. It feels like it's just a jumble, like a clusterfuck of creative ideas. It's so clearly made by such a creative man who was just stuck inside, had like so many funny or good or whatever ideas, but just had no outlet for it at all. So he just fucking recorded, filmed them all, and just shoved them all into one special.
The interesting thing about this kind of comedy is the fact that when you say it out loud, it's very funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if I started making jokes about sexting, like, it would be, like, mildly funny, but it wouldn't be, like, a big deal. He's done a whole song on it, and because it's on the internet, which is the platform in which sexting actually happens, it suddenly becomes a lot more entertaining. And that was honestly, in my opinion, the funniest song about the whole fucking thing.
Do you think?
The sexting video.
I was a big fan of
sexting.
White Woman's Instagram.
Oh, bro, that shit was crazy.
I thought that one was so funny. It was weird as well because like the first probably half of the special was like genuinely a really funny, like a classic Bo Burnham. Yeah. But I can't work out whether or not the second half wasn't as funny, or because throughout the first half there were like certain clips of him losing his mind that like by the end of it you're sort of like, fuck, I'm getting worried about this guy, and then you stop seeing things as being so funny.
Yeah, it's almost like halfway through it turns from a comedy special to a documentary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're suddenly like you're having a good time with him, and then the second half you're like, oh shit, this guy needs therapy. Yeah.
I wonder if I was to rewatch it again, at knowing like the entire thing now, whether I'd see the whole thing as a documentary, or whether like was it I went into it thinking it was a comedy, and then halfway through you realise that it's actually like a documentary.
Like, it's like that one scene, right, where he goes, by the way, for anyone who thinks about killing themselves, don't do it. It's fucking stupid. I've got friends that kill themselves. It's a stupid idea. It doesn't help anything. Don't do it. And then the scene after he films that, there's him watching that video, looking depressed as fuck.
That was hard hitting, wasn't it? That was fucking mad.
Like the weirdest part of that special was him watching him film his own bits.
It was a weird like sort of behind the scenes of all things creative, wasn't it? I've got an article up here, and I think this title just sums it up perfectly. It says Bo Burnham's Netflix special is the best comedy show I never want to see again.
Yep. Like it was in such depth. On the podcast you mentioned that if you're mentally struggling, don't watch this fucking special because it will relate too hard and it'll be too close to home.
Yeah.
And I completely understand where you're coming from now. At the time I was like, oh no, it's pussy talk. But
it's fucking heavy, isn't it?
Having seen it, it's different. Like you watch that, you're like, holy shit, this guy is actually close to the edge.
Yeah, exactly. But it's fucking, if you're not in the right frame of mind for it, I think you could easily go in a spiral.
Oh, without doubt. Like, that's the thing, when you hear these thoughts that match your own, it's like, okay, those evil thoughts have gotten validation. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like how he criticizes himself from seeing everything through a self-actualization white male perspective, and he says like, if everything he does is slightly pointless because it's not about him and stuff like that. And it's like, that's his kind of thought process, and if someone else thinks that, they'll catch on. It'll become like a bigger thought process in their mind.
It's difficult as well because it didn't have like a happy ending. It's sort of like he went outside, he goes outside at the end, doesn't he? And then he just like looks like he's struggling like fuck outside as well. Yeah,
he goes outside, and another scene where he's just watching himself do the action, right? So he sat there in the cinema watching himself be in pain because he can't get back inside, even though he spent the entire special wishing he could go outside, and he's just laughing at himself as if all of his problems were actually nothing.
Yeah.
That's what I found interesting. The fact that he was like, he did the entire special, his problems didn't actually mean anything, they were self-created, and he's laughing at himself at the end.
Is it even a happy ending? It's so weird.
Yeah. In my opinion, it is. In my opinion, it is, because it means that the insanity that he's gone through is not as big as the actuality of the fact that he can get through it. Yeah. That's my take on it.
I tell you what though, man can write a song. They're all so catchy. That one, the bit where he does the reaction to the reaction to the reaction.
Oh, mate, he's done that to a T.
Mate, he did it perfectly. He did it better than we did, but we did it first.
Mate, yeah, we actually brought this out. If you check our YouTube channel out, a shameless plug right here, but if you check our YouTube channel out, there's a reaction video, and we brought out before Bo Burnham, so therefore we are more intelligent, more creative, and more comedic than Bo Burnham. Jokes, that's not actually true because he's a fucking superstar. We did actually bring that out recently, and perfected it absolutely nowhere near the scale as to which he did.
Exactly, yeah. But that
He
reaction
got that,
thing,
it was so good.
the song he started with, I thought, fuck, this is a tune, mate. I want to hear the full song. But then he cuts it and then starts reacting to it. And I was like, mate, that was only a 30-second song, but I thought it was so good.
Mate, it was a banger. It was a banger.
Like, it was something so stupid as well. I can't even remember what the fucking lyrics were.
It was free internships.
Yeah.
That was it. Because he was talking about how, like, people were, like, working as slaves and stuff. But, like, no one talks about how, in the modern day, free internships are completely taken advantage of. Which is an interesting point, in my opinion, because... Bo Burnham also has a knack of making comedy out of things that are real for our generation. Not many comedians will manage to take real life situations for us and then turn it in comedic value. They'll turn it into, like, from their relationships, from their relationship with their parents, but they won't do, like, Generation Z, the Zoomers, and take, like, our experience of life and turn it into comedy. You don't get that very often. Bo Burnham has got that down to a fucking T.
True. I think now that will start being the case.
You reckon?
Yeah, because, like, there must have been a time when no one made comedy about, like, our parents' generation. Like, that just comes with time, doesn't it?
It's like our age, coming of age, almost.
Yeah.
Like, I actually saw one of his clips from when he was, like, 16. You seen it? It's called Yo, I'm Bo.
No.
It's like a rap song. He's got, like, his little piano out and he starts singing, like, all sorts of quirky, kind of funny stuff, like Kevin Hart kind of material. And then chucking Yo, I'm Bo, a little chorus in the middle. It's a banger. It's interesting seeing that and then see him get old, and especially when he did his scene with the self-actualization, which, like, why is nobody gonna hold me responsible for my previous self?
That was a mad one. He, like, changed his own mind halfway through the song as well, didn't he? It's such a good...
Yeah.
It's so good. All the songs are top tier. They're like, he's such a good songwriter.
It's crazy because what I feel with Bo Burnham, unlike other comedians, I feel like he has a license to do this because it's the internet and not because it's a comedy show.
Yeah.
He's a very self-aware individual and he just expresses those thoughts. That's what I feel like his comedy actually is. I don't feel like it's necessarily well constructed. I feel like it's just raw self-awareness.
The thing is with him, he fully does think outside the box. So, like, I don't know if you remember on his What tour, the one we watched together, where he drops the water bottle right at the beginning and then he starts doing a song about that. Like, there's a song plays when he drops the water bottle about who actually meant to drop the water bottle. That's, like, such outside the box thinking that you don't think about, like, normal comedians don't think about.
And he'll just do stuff and he'll be able to analyze it so well, and he'll not only will he analyze what's happened, he'll analyze his intentions for making what happened. Yeah.
Like, there's another time when he said, he makes a comment about editors. It was like, here's the worst thing about editors.
I think, like, he's so self-aware of what's going on. He's always very aware of exactly how he looks, exactly how he sounds, the message he's putting across, and what his intentions are.
Exactly.
That it's so easy for him to make jokes about that he doesn't make normal jokes. Like, Frankie Boy will make a joke about a celebrity that had cancer. Bo Burnham will make a joke about his bad intention towards a particular part so he could get more money. He's changed the game for modern comedians.
Absolutely.
Like, there's no modern comedians who are up to his standards at the moment, in my opinion. He
was a
owns the internet, but he also gets destroyed by the internet as well. Like, you can see him getting depressed by the
He's
internet.
He's going mad.
Which is interesting. So, like, his depression itself is a whole nother beast within the show.
It is. It's so present and so fucking scary to watch him lose his mind completely.
Yeah. And not only him losing his mind, but him watching himself lose his mind. Absolutely. Especially as he said he was about to come back and he's about to be able to perform, and then lockdown came and he just went fucking crazy. It's like, how I'm sure a lot of people felt like that, but this guy is the same bloke who was performing on stage. He kind of had his shit together at the start before he went crazy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of scary how this guy who's so talented is losing his fucking marbles because he's been told to stay in the same room. It makes me think, like, get the man a dog.
Until I see an interview of him and he is back to normal and looking healthy, I'm going to be worried about him.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That's our review anyway. of Bo Burnham inside.
Genuine heartfelt, like if you're actually seriously depressed with lockdown, you might find it like a good thing to relate to, but from a comedic perspective, don't expect comedy so much. There is comedy in it, but like it's not what you should look for.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's sick. It's fucking sick.
It's
and like what he's done is
great.
sick. Yeah,
So
you know what I mean?
Well then, thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye. Check out everything else that we do.
Yeah, support our channel.
Support us and get lost.
Get lost on air.
Welcome to Get Lost.
Get lost on air.